one big thing.
Tonight is a night to celebrate dreams being realized. When young men hear their name called and get to shake the commissioner's hand, put on a hat, maybe even for the team who they're going to play for, but probably not, and think, I made it. Absolutely, it's a time to celebrate and enjoy, and we saw a lot of that tonight. Tears of joy, and it's beautiful. Tomorrow morning and every day moving forward is time for reality. And the reality is you haven't made anything. You got picked. When Priscilla was here the other night and we listed the top 10 from 2 years ago, it was jarring. 4 of the players have already been traded and a couple others were bait for moves that didn't happen, and that was actually a pretty good top 10. It's a business where reality can be at odds with the dream. Looking back at the top 10 in recent years, 2013 is the obvious year to rubberneck. Anthony Bennett went 1. He hasn't played in the NBA in a couple years. Ben McLemore went 7. He was waived this year in his second stint with Sacramento. The top 10 has so many Noah Vonleys and Nick Stauskas and Dragan Benders and Stanley Johnsons. These guys are in the NBA. They're hardly bums. I'm not calling them that. But they went in the top 10. And to date, they're yet to produce in line with that. Markelle Fultz could be another Anthony Bennett, the #1 pick who just can't do it. But after a lost season rehabbing his shoulder and being traded, for now he gets the benefit of the doubt in the hopes that the light comes on. With the draft getting younger and younger, so much of this is guessing. Most of these guys aren't close to being done growing and maturing as players, let alone as people. Such a spectacle, this draft, with so little get back for certain, at least at the top. I couldn't help but think about this year's champions. I did a little digging into the roster composition of the Toronto Raptors, and it's amazing. They had essentially an 8-man rotation during the playoff run. Kawhi, Lowry, Siakam, Gasol, Ibaka, Green, Van Vliet, and Powell. You know how many second-round picks there were in that rotation? 3. Gasol, Green, and Powell. You know how many top 20 picks they had? 1. Kawhi Leonard. You know how many lottery picks? 0. Fred Van Vliet was undrafted, so the world champions had more guys who never heard their name called at all, who never got the photo op with the commissioner, than they had lottery picks. So on this night, when I salute the young men in their fancy suits, high pants and no socks, who had their moment, which they earned, now the work really begins. Now it's time to punch the clock and be a professional. Dreams are powerful and they are wonderful. Reality requires you work even harder now so that you can ensure that tonight won't be your high water mark.